variety of animals, but they prefer wild pig and medium-sized deer. And a tiger can eat as much as 40 pounds of meat at one time. And after a meal of that size, a tiger will usually not eat for several days. If you'd like to see some more of our tigers, we have more tigers exhibited at Tiger Mountain, both Malayan and Siberian tigers. But unfortunately, all tigers are highly endangered due to habitat loss, lack of prey, and the poaching have all reduced the tiger numbers. And as a result, there may be as few as 3,000 tigers left in the wild, with only about 1,000 of those being breeding females. As we continue on forward to our next exhibit, straight down below, we're going to take a look at some spotted deer, the axis deer. They are native to India and Sri Lanka, and most deer species start life with a spotted coat, but as they mature, they'll fade away. But the axis deer keeps their spots their whole entire life. Let's scatter around, you can see some more of India's national bird, a peafowl. Did you know that only the males are called peacocks and the females are called peahen? And then right down below, you're going to see an entire herd of Barasinga deer. They're also known as swamp deer. Barasinga means 12-tined in the Hindi language. And the males have antlers which can have about 12 to 14 points, and while the females have none. And as we come around this next exhibit, we're going to be shortly entering our bamboo forest. And we're going to be on the lookout for some wild pigs. These wild pigs are called babarusas. Babarusa means pig deer in the Malay language, and they have very little hair in their body, and they can easily blend in with mud and rocks, like the one in this exhibit. And our first one, our female, is a bit difficult to spot. She's all the way right down along the fence. But next door we'll have our male Babarusa, who is now running along. You'll be able to take a better viewing of him. He's running around. And babarusas are found on the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. They are highly endangered like most other animals you see today. Get to our next exhibit. The next animal we're about to take a look at should not be at all difficult to spot. We're going to take a look at our Asian elephants. And elephants are the largest land mammals, but unfortunately they are becoming one of the rarest. Asian elephants can live up to about 60 years in the wild. And our Bronx Zoo Asian elephants are Patty and Maxine. They're best friends forever. They're each in their mid-40s. And they are going to be very close to us, so let me just say this very low because they get offended when I mention this. They both each weighed about 10,000 pounds. So, to keep that weight up, they have to eat a lot of vegetation. And in addition to a variety of vegetables, our elephants can eat up to about 200 pounds of hay each day and drink about 60 gallons of water. Their trunk is also an incredible tool. They have a finger-like feature on the end of their trunk that they use to grab small items. An elephant can use his trunk to gently pick up an egg, as well as tear down a tree with enormous force. But as we come around into our next exhibit, we're going to be on the lookout for our endangered Indian rhinoceros. And it seems to be that she's on the other side of the exhibit, so we'll be catching up to her in just a few moments. And today all rhinos are highly endangered, with less than 2,000 Indian rhinos left surviving in India and Nepal right about now. But here at the Bronx Zoo, we care for 8 endangered Indian rhinos. And caring for this very rare animal is one thing, but breeding has been a huge challenge. But despite the huge challenge, we have still managed to have 11 baby rhinos born right here at the Bronx Zoo, with our newest calf being born this year in April. As we continue on forward towards your right, you're going to see a fallen tree. When you pass the fallen tree, you're going to be able to take a look at our Indian rhino. She is inside of the mud wallow. Female rhinos are pregnant for 16 months, a year and a half. And their baby rhino can weigh as much as 150 pounds at birth. Once that baby rhino is born, they stay with the mother for only about 2 to 3 years after until they go off on their own in the wild. But many people describe the rhino as armor-plated, but they're actually covered with a layer of skin that has many folds. Even though the skin of a rhino may look thick and tough, it is actually very sensitive and needs protection from the sun or from insects, just like we do. So one of a rhino's favorite ways to protect their skin is to sit and lie down in a mud wallow, like the one you saw her laying in. As mentioned, all rhinos are highly endangered, and here's one of the main reasons why.
The horn of a rhinoceros is very different from that of a goat or antelope. It is not attached to the skull. Rhino horn is made from compressed keratin fibers, the same material that is found in fingernails and hair. Although rhinos are a protected species, poaching still occurs. Rhinos are killed for their body parts, as some people believe that this horn has special medicinal powers. It is also used as an ingredient in some traditional Asian medicine, and the rhino horn is also prized in some cultures for making dagger handles.
Asia has the largest variety of deer and antelope species in the world. As soon as we enter, the small brown deer are the hog deer. They get their name because they are short and heavy, just like a hog, and they also move like one. They like to creep low, duck under things, and run under things rather than leaping over things like most other deer. Then the larger chocolate-colored deer is the sandbar deer. The males have antlers which can fully grow up to about 3 feet long upon maturity, while females have none. In the wild, the males tend to live alone, while females tend to live in small groups. And towards your right, you're going to see a smaller brown reddish deer. That's the Indian muntjac deer. And then towards the far right, you're going to see some spotted deer. And the spotted deer are the axis deer. No, I'm sorry, they are the Formosan sika deer. They are native to the island of Taiwan, formerly known as Formosa. And today they are found only in zoos or national parks in Taiwan, where they are successfully reintroduced. As you saw, their spotted coat is visible now, but in the winter their spots become less visible because their fur grows much thicker. As we come around, we'll be able to take a look at a sandbar deer. There's quite a few scattered around, as well as a hog deer in the center of the exhibit. Then you may have also noticed that some of their antlers are very short and knobby. That is because they shed their antlers twice a year, and it takes about 3 months to fully grow them once again. So as of right now, they are in the process of regrowing their antlers. And throughout this entire exhibit and many other exhibits, you have noticed that many of the trees are wrapped in fencing. You must be wondering why. Well, we all know that trees are very important because they provide a shade and the food source that our animals need. But sometimes the animals will eat part of the tree or rub off the bark with their horns or antlers. And if a tree loses its bark, it can die. So we make sure our trees are 100% animal-proof, so we wrap them up in fencing to prevent them from dying when the animals rub their antlers or horns against them. Coming up, it is usually hard to spot our next animal at about 40 pounds fully grown. China's tufted deer might be very easy to miss. They have a light dark grayish coating which allows them to blend in with their surroundings very easily. So they can't be easily missed even if they are directly in front of you. These smaller deer like cooler temperatures rather than warmer temperatures. When they feel like they are in danger, they make a call. Their call sounds just like the bark of a dog. If you look all the way along the back rocks, you'll see like a small little cave. There's usually one inside the cave hiding. There is actually one inside. And then towards the far right, right around the tree, there's another one. And these smaller deer are very rare in zoos outside of China. And the Bronx is one of the only zoos outside of China to exhibit them. But as we come around this next corner, we're approaching the highest point of our tour. At about 35 feet above the water, we are about to pass right back over the Bronx River. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the view. And if you would like to learn a little bit about the Bronx River and its local wildlife, you can visit the Mitsubishi Riverwalk, located along the edge of parking area B. Into our next exhibit, you'll notice that the rocky terrain this exhibit has changed. It is the perfect environment for our next animal, the Himalayan tahr. They are relatives of the wild goat. They are excellent rock climbers. They have special rubbery cores on the end of their hooves that allows them to grip the rocks just like the sole of a boot. And an interesting fact about them is that they can jump anywhere between 4 to 6 feet at a standstill position. The entire herd are just scattered around the entire exhibit. There's actually one on top of the rock in the center of the exhibit, right on top. And all the tahr that you will see on exhibit today are currently females, but both male and female tahr have short curved horns that are triangular in shape that curve backwards and then inwards, which prevent serious injuries during the headbutting battles in the mating season. But coming up into our next exhibit, we would usually have our red pandas, but they are not out on exhibit here today. They are all at the Himalayan Highlands exhibit. So if you want to take a look at them, you can head on over there. It's just a short walk from the monorail. Then while you're over there, you can take a look at one of Asia's largest cats, the snow leopard, which is also exhibited there. So I do recommend to check it out if you haven't already done so.